No,
We had the
that's
basement done like probably like 2 years ago.
when you decided to do it horizontally.
What do you mean?
The sides, the
It will
slats.
because it come. It was actually already like that,
It's cool.
but it was just all wood. So we got the rug put on and then just painted the rest white. And we're like, it's functional. Like, why should we like
I love it.
replace
I
the
love
banister?
it. I love
So
it. I love the fact that it's wood and it's horizontal instead of vertical.
oh,
We like to lay. You like to lay horizontal. So
probably because of this robe, but whatever. It's so hot down here.
well, you don't have AC in your basement?
No.
Staten Island.
Do you hear my fan?
I can't tell if it's my computer or your fan. Turn it off and I'll tell you if I can hear it. Because I can hear, I don't know if that's my laptop's like battery about to explode or it's a fan in the background. No, nothing changed. Oh, now I hear it.
What about now?
Now it's too loud, yeah. Nothing.
All right, good.
All right. Okay. Well, hey, everybody. It is early July, first week, and this is Dad So Hard.
It's August, you idiot.
It is August. I cannot get dates right on this podcast. With all the notes I take, you'd think I'd figure it out.
You think you'd at least put the date on it?
You think I would? Well, I am Vinnie Dunleavy, who lives in a universe where time has no dates.
Danny McCartney, where I do know time and dates.
And we are two dads, two friends, two guys that have been at this for a while, trying to share our perspective on dad life and our experiences of working hard, dadding, playing harder. No, working hard, playing hard, and dadding harder.
Dadding the hardest.
I am just making it through my 2 sips of my cup of coffee, and Danny has just run 17 miles. So
No, just 3. But that's why I can't stop sweating if this video ever gets posted.
okay, well, you never know what's going to happen, and 3 is actually a lot for early in the morning.
Yeah, well, I wanted to start getting back into running because I'm getting out of shape, and so my high school every year does this run called the Chris Hoban Run. It's in honor of a student that went there who became a police officer, died in the line of duty. And it's just like a tribute run to him. So me and a couple of my friends put together a team, and we're going to run it together this year. I was supposed to run it with them last year, but I actually couldn't because it was Brady's first day of soccer. So ironically, they made the name of the team Brady's first day of soccer. They won, and it was just a big slap in the face that I couldn't join, and they named the team Brady's first day of soccer. So now the name of this team is still Brady's first day of soccer, but I will be in attendance.
I'm going to assume that someone in your family is the team coach, because how did a bunch of random people on a soccer team to choose your kid's name for the?
No, it was they made that the name of our team for the race.
Oh, the team. Oh, I thought your son's soccer team.
No.
I was like, dude, you got some pull on the soccer team. Oh, no, your team that runs.
Yeah, to fuck with me because the reason I couldn't run on the team
was because it was beer.
Exactly.
So what do they do? What is the fun run? Not the fun run. It's a memorial run. What does the money go to? Is it like a mental health charity? Or
at this point, honestly, I don't know. I think I could be totally wrong. I think it goes to I think there's like a fund for families that lost a loved one in the line of duty.
Oh, okay, because I always get confused whenever they have like these charities or people are exercising and they have to raise money. I'm assuming that it's just the fact that you want to say, hey, congratulations for running, so I'll give you money. Because it's always one of those things where it's like, oh, they had a race. Like I went over the weekend, I was watching a cable news channel, and the guy was talking about how he did a Navy SEAL swim, and it was like raised $200,000 for veterans.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it was like they swam, but I was like, oh, I guess people just give money because they want to be like, hey, good job exercising. I'll give you $20.
No, the athletes donate. Like your entry fee is what goes to the donations.
Oh, so that's part of it too. Oh, I see. Yes.
Yeah, like they figure out what you need to pay so that they can like pay for like the permits and everything, and then X
Whatever the
amount of
profit
it
is.
goes towards the charity. Yeah, and it's no profit. Yeah.
So do you think when they report the numbers, so if I was watching this thing where it was like 180 grand is what they raised, I'm assuming a certain amount of money went to actually having put on the event to get people to swim.
I mean, it depends how they're reporting the number, right? Like if the race committee is giving you the actual number that they donated, then yeah, it's accurate. But if they're just taking the number of runners, multiplying it by the entry fee, that's not all getting donated.
Yeah. Okay, so this may be one of my ongoing investigations in terms of charity donations. Well, we forgot to say we have a big show today.
Yep.
And, we have. Well, I just threw my notes. I folded my notes up. This is like not my notebook. I folded it up. We have some good. I think today we're going to get into some good summer travel advice. And summer, not really advice, but Danny had a trip to Hershey Park. So get a review. I haven't been in 20 years, so we're going to see if it brings back any.
I think times have changed.
I can only imagine.
I actually haven't been in 20 years either. I think I was 12 last time I went, so 22 years.
I'm excited. I'm excited to hear about it. And then we're going to talk a little bit about our summer childcare challenges and what we're doing to get ready for back to school. And then finally, our weekly new segment, Dad Wins, Dad Fails.
Yes.
Okay, so Danny, my earliest childhood memory of, we used to do road trips when we were a kid. So I used to go road tripping. My parents are big drivers. We never got on a plane. It was the late 70s, early 80s, not a lot of money. So we drove. And Hershey Park was a place we probably went, I feel like we went like 2 or 3 times.
That's a long drive from you, Long Island.
From Eastern Long Island, from it was 3 or 4 hours, but it was like you go for the weekend. And the one thing I distinctly remember is I remember eating a lot of chocolate, but I also remember they had a ride and it just opened when we were there. That was like the first roller coaster where you go down, and then the whole thing goes like upside down, and then you go back up, and then it goes in reverse down, it goes upside down, and goes back up. And I went on it, and I remember it was cool, but I remember it was a good amusement park for being a chocolate company.
So here, my one review, and I'll give credit to my brother for this analogy.
Yep.
As we know, I'm a big Disney guy, big Disney family. And my one complaint was that it was too much like just any other regular amusement park. So I said, I was like, if you drop yourself anywhere in Disney and like close your eyes, turn around, open your eyes, within a second, you know that you're in Disney.
Yeah.
Right? Whereas here, if that were the case, you close your eyes, turn around, you wouldn't know you were in Hershey. You would just think I'm at some sort of country fair amusement park.
Yeah. It's just all rides, not enough branding.
Yeah. And he was like, every lamppost should be like a Kit Kat bar, a Hershey bar, like, and that's not the case. But he brought up a good point. He was like, this park was created, I don't know, like actually over 100 years ago, but it wasn't meant to be a celebration of Hershey. It's just an amusement park that happens to be in Hershey, Pennsylvania. But now, like what they're doing is like you can tell they're making it more about the chocolate. They're introducing more characters. They're redoing a lot of the park, like to make it like the chocolate zone and all this stuff. But so rides aside, because all the rides that my kids could go on were the same rides that you'd find at any like local fair, like the Square, Tilt-A-Whirl, teacups, that shit. I went on some of the roller coasters, which were awesome, but the chocolate world was actually really, really cool. We did like a tour of the chocolate factory, how chocolate's made. They made their own chocolate, which was a lot of fun. I made my own chocolate. We ate a ton of chocolate, which was good and bad.
All right, so let's back up 1 second though. Give us a little, because you are a hardcore Disney family. It is the middle of the summer, and you're in Staten Island.
Yep.
So share with us. I'm assuming Hershey, PA is a 3.5 hour drive for you.
About a 3-hour drive.
3-hour drive. So we're talking northwest Philadelphia. For anybody who is listening and not on a map, and you're not from this area, Hershey, PA is like southeast Pennsylvania because it's a big state, but northwest of Philly.
Driving through Pennsylvania is a bitch, by the way.
Oh, the crowd. Yeah, but the crowd has to be, but it's a destination. You don't go there for a day. People generally go there and
Oh
stay.
yeah, we did 2 nights. We should have just done one night.
Oh,
Is my recommendation.
And then what was your history with it? It sounds like your brother has been. Had you ever been before?
No, we've both been. The last
Oh,
time we both were was in like junior high school as kids.
So you never been there as an adult. This is like
Uh-uh.
really first time kids were going. Now both of your kids also eat chocolate.
Yeah. So we actually went, me, my brother, and my sister.
Yeah.
My sister brought her daughter. My brother brought.
Oh, so it's like a fam. Not only was it your family, this is like a big McCartney family weekend vacation.
Yeah,
that's cool.
It was good. And we stayed at one of like the hotels down the road, not like the Hershey Hotel.
Right.
Mary Jane believes that if we stayed at the Hershey Hotel, we would have got more of like that Hershey feel, but whatever.
Well, it's interesting because I can see in like you're in that middle part of Pennsylvania, and you could probably argue that when it was built, to your brother's point, it was built because it was a company that said we want to bring some enjoyment to people who live in the middle of nowhere and create an amusement park. But now, because everybody is about making money, they are like, whoa, wait.
We got to brand it.
We got to brand it. And so you're retrofitting chocolate candy. And arguably, Hershey is one where I'm trying to think, outside of the kisses, they have none of their creative actually makes characters out of M&Ms. Like M&Ms are people.
Yeah.
You have an M&M.
I see what you're
saying. I don't know if Hershey's, if any of their chocolates are actually like.
No, they don't. I mean, they have it there. Like there's the Hershey bar. There's the Reese's cup. There's the Hershey's Kiss, and then there's like
they have a big Hershey. I'll go to the Hershey store in Times Square, and they have great options for candy, but they're not for a kid to get a kid hooked on it. They don't characterize it to make it juvenile for a child. They just make it like it's a big bar, and then you're like,
so they need. I think they're trying to figure out a better way to do that at the park, at least. But it's not resonating with like the rest of America. So like
because it's just chocolate. They need to make a connection beyond.
You're not seeing a Hershey commercial and being like, I want to meet him.
Yes.
Whereas like if there was an M&M museum or a theme park, you know you're going to meet the M&Ms.
Yeah, and the kids would be more excited because I think of Hershey Park as an alternative to like Six Flags. If you're a Six Flags person, Hershey Park is more Six Flags than it is. It's almost like when Disney first had MGM Studios, and it was nothing that did not feel like Disney at all. MGM was just like a theme.
But even, I mean, now we're getting into like a marketing conversation. Yeah. But like even like Six Flags, like they never did a good enough job at monopolizing the Warner Brother rights that they had.
Oh, 100%. No, that's why I'm saying it reminds me more of like Hershey's reminds me more of Six Flags.
Like you totally overlooked the fact that they had all these rights to the Looney Tunes characters. Correct. And they did not monopolize that at all.
They did
like they were an afterthought.
They did a terrible job. And the Batman, they would change the rides.
They just banked on the fact that people were going there for rides, which works, but.
First of all, that was the whole problem with Warner Brothers and the DC universe. Because the Marvel movies, not only are the Marvel movies better than the DC movies, but Disney Disney will create a much better version of what Six Flags has been trying to do with the DC comics. Because
they're already doing it.
Yeah,
they're already making like Avengers rides, I think, in Hollywood studios.
Yeah, they're going to crush. Elise and I, for anybody, the last amusement park we went to was actually Six Flags, and I'll give a hidden secret for summer travel, and it's probably too late now because 4th of July passed. We went the Tuesday. We both took off the Tuesday after 4th of July and went to Six Flags. Nobody was there.
Yeah,
I tell you, we walked through. So
no one goes during the week, even in the summer. No one goes during.
But it was the best because you'd go to like I remember they have like a Batman ride.
They have a bunch.
You'd walk through the line. It's like if you're standing here, it's a 3-hour wait. It's a 2.5-hour wait. And I was like, who in their right mind would do this? And we walked right through. We had like a 2-minute wait. Went right on the rides, but their rides are. They're not as designed. They're good rides, but they're just you go there. If you go there like on a rando day, you're going there and you can power through almost every roller coaster. Like by 4 o'clock in the afternoon, it got busy. And I think the longest we waited was like maybe 40 minutes on like one of their old ratchety roller coasters. So Danny, you brought your 2 young kids. They both eat chocolate, so that's good. What about?
I'd say the sweet spot for a kid there.
Yeah, what's the age?
Is 8, 9, like right. I would say like the 8 to 11 age range,
because that's where they have real coasters.
Go on probably almost every ride. So you'll really enjoy the amusement park, and I would assume you still enjoy like the chocolate stuff.
Because other than that, it's probably like the pickup, what I like to call the fireman's carnival in your neighborhood,
Yeah.
right? All those rides that you find at every summer fireman's carnival, which are good. Like my kids don't like right now. Neither of them. Emily's 8, and she doesn't like any roller coasters. So Hershey Park we would do in a day because she would be like, "I'll walk around, eat some candy."
Exactly.
Peace.
Yeah, they have really good roller coasters, but if you're not a roller coaster person,
what are you gonna do?
You don't give a shit.
Gotcha. And then what is chocolate? You said you went to Chocolate World, and I saw there was a photo.
Like to make your own chocolate.
There was a photo of you all dressed up.
Huh?
That
was when you made your own. That was when we made our own chocolate.
For anybody who follows Danny on Instagram, you can find him. There were some photos of him in a white lab coat.
You had to wear this like a hairnet on your beard.
Oh.
I was like, are you fucking kidding me? But like, and you're not even like the chocolate is behind like all these glass cases. I think they just do it for show. Well, actually, maybe not, because then why would they make me wear the beard one?
Well, did you print? But you also printed. It was a photo of you. I think your sister and your brother. You had your own candy.
You made the case. You made a case for your chocolate.
Oh, that was it.
Like the wrapper. No, you picked what you wanted in the chocolate. Like you made the chocolate bar, and then you made your candy wrapper bar. Your candy wrapping.
This weekend it was on my brain. Not only was it on your Instagram, but Shane. We were in a heavy rotation of the Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka, and the Chocolate Factory movie. So I watched Chocolate being made probably 5 times over the weekend because Shane, and not in the full, we didn't watch it 5 full movies, but like we watched first 20 minutes, he'd fall asleep, go back to it.
Right.
The Chocolate Factory, the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory is creepy. I would not, sidebar, that movie, the Johnny Depp, Willy Wonka.
The Johnny Depp one.
It's weird. The Chocolate Factory is weird.
That one's called Charlie and the Chocolate Factory.
That's just Charlie and Chocolate. It's weird.
It's supposed to be more like the book.
It's creepy as shit, and I don't understand. Shane, I think it's very colorful. So for a 5-year-old, but I thought it was creepy as the whole thing is a weirdo movie, and Johnny Depp is weird to me, so I don't recommend it. So that was because the whole thing is he's trying to like steal a kid. He's trying to find a kid to steal a kid because at the end he gives the factory to a kid, but the kid has to, spoiler alert, leave his entire family in order to get the factory.
I don't remember if that's how the book was.
And then he's like, and then
take his family with him.
No, so what he does, he goes, I don't want. He turns him down. Then Willy Wonka freaks out and then has this moment of thing, and then eventually comes back to Charlie and is like, I love you, because the whole thing was his dad abused him because his dad was a dentist. Yeah. So I mean, we're throwing child abuse back to like the East German, whatever, that 1600s. It was
actual abuse.
Right. And Johnny Depp is a weird dude.
Like,
I love him.
Weird
dude.
And he's the same character in that as he is in Alice in Wonderland.
Yes. It was almost like this. They probably used this.
It came out like the same year.
I would love to know how many of the Willy Wonka Chocolate Factory like Oompa Loompa things were, or the things were actually in Alice in the Wonderland, because I'm sure they used the same set. It also took me. Elisa called me an idiot because it took me probably the 3rd time I watched the movie to realize that they had one guy they paid to play every Oompa Loompa, and they just filmed him in different costumes, then CGI'd him in a million ways. I was like, I think this is the same guy, and I would like pause it and look. I'm like, I think they just actually filmed this and recreated it.
You're an idiot.
I was like, well, no, because you never know. Because then I wonder if you're playing that same guy, are they paying him to play multiple characters? Because otherwise they have to hire 35 Oompa Loompas and pay them all differently. So are you getting paid?
I see what you're saying.
I'm saying, like, if
had a good enough agent.
Right, like if I got rid of you and I just filmed myself talking to myself in a podcast, I pay myself. You never know. Okay, so overall, we're giving Hershey Park. If anybody's listening you think summer, is it open in the fall? I don't even know if it's open in the fall.
I don't know.
Oh, so you would say it's a good summer weekend trip if you're in the tri-state. One night you do, which is good because most people don't have the luxury of having 3-day weekends, Danny.
True.
So if you have you can drive out on a Saturday morning, go all day Saturday, stay Saturday night, and then drive back on Sunday. Okay, so we're going to give out of 5 stars. How many stars?
We'll give it 1.5 Reese's Cups.
Oh, okay, 1.5 Reese's Cups. And did anybody? I did see in one of the photos you wore a Dad So Hard Nation T-shirt.
Right.
Anybody come up to you and
I was waiting for it too. I was waiting for it.
What is that? What's that?
That's what I was waiting for. I was gonna be like, "Oh, you want to know about this podcast? I'll tell you about it."
Right now, we're gonna take a quick break to sell some shirts. We have T-shirts. We have T-shirts. We have T-shirts. That's
so now
that's my commercial read.
So and then after that commercial, we'll go into our next topic.
So this is. We'll be right back for a break. We have T-shirts. They're $20. They're red. Come on, everybody. Join Dad So Hard Nation. Join Danny and Vinnie and be part of the universe. Don't miss out. Act now. DM them on Instagram. And we're back.
We're back.
So that was great. Hopefully that sponsor, man. We better be getting some kickbacks from that.
So summer childcare.
So once about childcare, yeah. So Danny, we've talked. I think I've talked about this in the past. We have an au pair that we use throughout the year, and we actually we have different hours for the summer because our kids go to camp. So for so we have because the way au pairs work, you only have a certain amount of hours, and so we do have to supplement the daytime childcare with like camper activities, and so we end up overpaying in the summer because it's sort of like, since we have the au pair, we'd rather have have our kids in camp all day, and then in the school year. School is shorter than camp, so we do after school activities. And then in the summer where am I going with this? And then we switched. But the big thing for us was right now we're in the middle of switching au pairs. So our old one left, our new one came, and now we're sort of readjusting, training, and getting to know each other. It's like dating. When it's like, hey, how are you? Who knows how to follow rules? Or
you probably don't want to refer to getting to know your au pair as dating.
Well, no, I'm not dating. Well, no, but it is. Listen, and I would say, so if you're fortunate enough to be able to have a place in your house, and when I say place, I'm saying a room that can at least fit a
spare room,
a sleeping bag, and a closet. I've heard stories. We actually do. We turned an old office that was in this house into a small bedroom. But if you're fortunate enough to do it, it is more affordable, I think, than a nanny. But
no shit.
It's much more affordable. But it's interesting. I mean, it's our third. We're going on year 4 and our third person. But it's interesting because you have somebody living in your house, which doesn't bother me as much as nothing that actually bothers me. But this idea that you just have to get to know them, right? Because you're talking to them. You're like they're just like, it's the little things of like how you do wash or like. Which is getting to know. So you have to realize.
And you have your own way of doing things.
Correct. And you forget. Like, I mean, this is my house. So there are things I do without thinking because I've been here so long that when somebody does it, and you realize you have to teach them how to like even put the garbage bag in the garbage can, which I have a very specific way of doing. You realize how.
It's like a you problem.
Most of it is a me problem.
Yeah.
And for anybody who doesn't know, an au pair, what au pair stands for is, I don't really know something in French. What does au pair mean?
I don't know. Cheaply paid maid? I don't know.
Paid nanny. But au pairs are generally a cultural exchange for a young kid who's like 18 to 24 from another country. They're here on like a 1-year visa. They can extend to up to a 2nd year on a visa. And it's supposed to be a cultural experience where they are learning about America. They're living in your house. They do have to go to school for a couple classes. And then you get to learn about them and learn about them being from another country. Oh, there was a scandal in Port Washington. This is breaking news. And I did not know. No, it was in New Jersey. And I have
Vinnie, you should take this to heart.
What is an au pair stand for?
Title comes from the French term au pair, obviously, meaning at par or equal to, indicating that the relationship is intended to be one of equals. The au pair is intended to become a member of the family, albeit a temporary one, rather than a traditional domestic worker.
Oh, well, equal to who though? The mother or the parent? I guess equal. You treat them. You don't treat them like a worker.
Dealer's choice.
Correct. So I would treat.
You should treat them as an estranged older sibling.
So I treat ours as if she was a daughter I had when I was 18.
That's exactly what you should be treating.
That she left the house and like
now she's back
and showed up
trying to earn her keep.
And she's like, "Wait, you're my father," and I'm like, "I am."
Yeah.
Which is also why people always like it's not for to not make
Like,
it
you
so
should be
creepy.
taking family pictures with them. Every year you should have a new family portrait with your new au pair. That would be fucking hilarious.
Like,
If you had all these family portraits with your
no
new
lie.
fucking au pair every time.
When our first au pair left, I wanted to take a family picture and do a wall so that every year our kids could remember who we had.
That's what you should have done. That would be awesome.
I would have, but I think it only matters if you really want to remember them.
But it doesn't matter. It would just be hilarious.
I think it would be very funny. Like, because now we have this, like, our first au pair we didn't take a picture of.
There's no pictures?
I don't think we have one photo of her. It was a test and learn experience.
Yeah.
The second year we really did like her, and we wanted, and then she was great. We do have photos of her in the kids' room.
You could probably find a good enough family picture of the last two to blow up and make like a poster out of, and then make sure you do it with this one, and then all the ones follow. Just forget that the first never existed.
Well, they should be in our Christmas card. That is like what we should be doing.
That would be fucking funny.
We're like, weirdly enough, I just think we're getting a new dog. As I've talked about, we're swapping out our dog. And although I've talked about it here, I really have not talked about it with a lot of my friends. So we will be posting a photo on social media in the next month or so of our family with our new dog. And I swear people are going to be like, what the fuck happened to the old dog? Like, what? And I'm like, oh, it's like our au pair. You just swap them in, you swap them out. We're emotionally, this house could just somewhat be emotionally available.
What happened? Where'd the old dog go?
Back to the breeder.
Why?
Because we got a dog. We're going to segue to this dog situation. So, because I think I've hinted to it. So we got a dog originally because our daughter has anxiety and like stress issues. So we ended up finding a Labradoodle that was really, we wanted the dog to be a cuddly, and Labradoodles are good breeds, but it takes a couple years for them to settle down because they are half lab. I also thought Labradoodles would be hypoallergenic because I have bad allergies. What I forgot to realize is they are half lab. So it wasn't really all fully hypoallergenic. So 2 issues from the start. This dog was a little bit too energetic and uppity for us. Elise and I aren't really dog people. And I don't think we were ready for what it really required to take care of a dog. Mm-hmm. And 2, like my allergies, it wasn't terrible, but.
So what dog are you getting?
So after a year and a lot of other things, we decided, let's just take a break. This dog was good for what it was, but like not right for us. So then we decided, we talked to a trainer and another trainer and a breeder and this and that. And now we're going the opposite polar direction. And I have to be able to pronounce this correctly. So we're getting a Sean is the name of the breed. A Shih-Tzu. A Shih-Tzu, for anybody who's not familiar, is a combination of Shih Tzu and Brujon Frise. So it is a 10-pound, what they like to call Upper East Side teacup dog. It is like at max 10.
That seems like a better dog for your family.
It is exactly what this family needs. So the other thing we're doing is
you should get checked because you might be allergic to saliva. Because if you're allergic to dog saliva, you're fucked. Doesn't matter what dog you get.
That's what I'm worried. No, that's what I'm. No, yes. Any allergies to dogs or cats are all based on the dander that they lick themselves with. Correct. It's saliva. That's what you're allergic to.
No, the dander comes from the skin.
Correct, but when they lick it, I think no.
But some people are allergic to actual saliva, like dog saliva. So if you're allergic to the dog saliva, then it doesn't matter if it's a hypoallergenic dog or not.
Oh, correct. I mean, didn't seem to be. I didn't even check. Listen, I didn't even check this dog. I was just told this dog is perfect for kids. So I was like, well, we'll get it. But the kids. So we had a visiting because what we're also doing, since we were not good at this the first time, is we are sending the dog to dog school for the first, which I guess is month 3 of its life, because you can't really get a dog for the first 2 months. And we did not rescue a dog. And let me tell you, I'm going to do a little bit of a.
I didn't rescue my dog. My dog was a breeder, 2.5 months old, I think, is when we got him.
And I say, for anybody who wants to rescue dogs, do it. They need it. Every time I see it on TV.
I would love to. My dog was our first dog, so.
Yeah, we're not. It's not my jam. And but like, if you watch for our fans who watch the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, which I know you don't, Danny, but I do. This season,
I'm familiar with the people.
Yeah, well, there was a big dog scandal because Lucy Apple Juicy, which was the dog that this woman had, bit the husband, and then they gave it back, but they gave it back to another person. One thing led to another. It went in a shelter, and then this woman got like ridiculed because she got a dog and didn't keep it. And
what you're doing,
which is where we give back to the breeder, and he will end up in a better family and in one of the fits. But you do realize when you tell the story, like for the handful of people I've told, some people are like, why didn't you give me the dog? Why didn't you give me the dog? And like people get passionate. I didn't realize in watching the show, I was like, do really people care about it? People are very judgy about you and your animals. Like I have been shocked at the wet world. I feel like I could be more offensive to my friends and they wouldn't care. But if my dog is offensive, they get out of their minds.
That's why I was
out of their minds
on bringing it up, because people get crazy.
Oh, people are out of their minds. So now we're getting a non-offensive dog, and our dog will just stay in our house because it's like a little apartment dog, and it may not. And I'm going to be very selective over who gets to meet our dog.
If you give this one back, I might quit this podcast.
No, this Charlie. His name's Charlie Brown, and he's going to be with us for a very long time. So Brown is because our other dog was Brownie, and the dog's Emily loved the name Charlie, so we're calling him Charlie. Okay. Charlie Brown or CB. So we're excited about it, but we went visiting the dog's in training school in Connecticut because I guess this day and age you can get a dog house trained for the first 4 weeks, and then we're going to get it delivered in right after Labor Day. And then everybody's going to have to learn how to take care of it, meaning me, the au pair, and everybody else. Did you just hear my phone ring? Oh, yeah. Nice text. Okay. So
well, it was that or go like this. And if this is an actual video,
or what, we can just have all right. So we'll talk more about childcare later in the fall.
I feel like we can. That might be a better. I think we gave it a nice little prequel. I think it is better suited maybe for back to school.
So we're gonna teach.
With like everyone going full-time jobs, teachers.
But what do you do quickly? What are we in for when we come back to it this September? Who takes care of your kids?
So my wife and my mother-in-law primarily, because Mary Jane part-time teaches. I don't know if she's going back full-time next year or the year after or whatever, but for now she's doing part-time. So she does 2 days a week. So for those 2 days, my mother-in-law watches.
Yeah, so we actually have
this year, Brady's going full-time school. So
yeah.
He's going to be on Mary Jane's schedule.
You're going to be on the precipice.
It's really just going to be Cody.
Well, that's what we have. So that's perfect because we do have opposite. We have the I would say typical American but polar opposite childcare things. One is where one spouse stays home or with the kids for a couple of years and eventually transitions back to work, and the other two where we both don't want to see our kids ever and go to work and actively hide from them.
Well, I mean, yeah, because once. And I love the fact that Mary Jane's a teacher then, because when they both are school age, they're on the exact same schedule.
Well, and she'll do all
we don't have to worry about anyone dropping off, picking up. Like she's on their schedule. Yeah. The only thing that would be better is if they went to her school, because then she literally just takes them to work.
That would be
which is what I did with my dad in high school.
Nice. So, Danny, before we go, do you have any off the top of your head quickly? Your dad wins. What are we celebrating?
So this will be a very quick one. It's a 2-for-1. It's a win and a fail.
Oh no, okay, good.
So the fail. We'll start with the fail. At Hershey Park, at the hotel, and we'll call it more of not necessarily a dad fail and a dad win. It's a parenting. Cody, he's like on the cusp of like eventually he's going to be potty training pretty soon. Because now he's at the point where when he poops, he wants privacy, but he still goes in his diaper.
Yeah.
So he's like, I have to poop. So he went in the bathroom door. He went in the bathroom. He shut the door. And then like he was in there a little while. And Mary Jane was like, what the hell's going on in there? She hears like rustling. She opens the door. His diaper is off. He's holding his diaper. His pants are off. And he's going, where's my poop? Where's my poop? And he's looking around. She's like, what do you mean, where's your poop? He's like, where's my poop? My poop is gone. I can't find my poop. And he shows her the diaper. The diaper is clean. And she looks at his ass, and his ass is dirty. Like, so he clearly took a shit. But the toilet didn't flush. We have no idea where this shit is.
He's wearing shorts. He's wearing shorts or pants?
Shorts. But he had them off. Like, there was we searched this bathroom. Like, there was no poop anywhere. So we, like, look around the hotel room. And then, like, whatever. Like, we couldn't smell anything. We couldn't see it. Like, fine. An hour goes by, and then he wants his pacifier. So he was like, I want my passy. Then we go into an all-out search for his pacifier. Brady starts helping us look for the passy. And then we hear, there's poop on my hand.
Oh.
And Brady is showing us his hand, and there's a nugget of poop right on his hand. And we're looking at it, we're like, yeah, there's the poop.
Oh.
So we like bring him into the
So
bathroom.
he walked around for poop on his hand for an hour?
No, he walked in it as like he was down on the floor looking for the pacifier, and he put his hand in it.
He found it in the room.
Yeah, and he goes, there's poop in my hand. It was hilarious.
Oh, insane.
So yeah, the fail was that somehow this kid pooped on the floor.
You lost poop pellets in your room.
Yeah,
in your room you lost poop pellets.
And the win was that we as a family found it.
And it was a good memory. It was a very funny memory.
And a hilarious memory.
I love it. That is, listen, you know me, I love a good poop story. I would have loved photos of the poop. So
that was my regret that we didn't have this on like some sort of video or picture.
Should have Instagram. That could have been a good Instagram story.
There's poop on my head.
All the followers that we lost without sharing that poop story. That's amazing. I love that's a good one. So my similar one is a win fail. We needed a box. Emily's bed we got from Casper Mattress, and we got a really cheap like bed frame for it from Wayfair. And
how's the actual mattress? Good.
So the debate is we don't know because Elisa hates sleeping on it because she feels like her back hurts, and then she thought, well, maybe it's the support of it, so we need a new box spring.
Yeah.
So we ordered this box spring off the internet because I'm getting all into these internet companies, but I had to put the box spring together. And Emily, we switched out her bed about 8 months ago. So we ordered a box spring. I said, and she has a bigger bed. So I said, order a full box spring. Well, the box spring comes. I put it together. And the win is I actually put this thing together very easily. And I was it's 15 minutes, not that bad. We take apart Emily's bed because you got to lift up the mattress, the sheets, the blankets, put the box spring down. And the box spring is like 4 inches around each corner, too short for the bed. And I said to Lisa, I go, she was, do we buy the right size? I go, well, she has a full bed. She goes, what do you mean she has a full? This is a queen. I go, there's no way my daughter has a queen bed. She's in second grade. Why would we have ever gotten her a queen bed? She's like, well, I ordered the bed. I go, well, why would you order her a queen bed? So long story short is, and then we realized Shane in his bedroom has a full bed.
Oh, so you got to use it.
So we got to use it. But and ironically, the box spring he has, for whatever reason, we only got him a half box spring. And the one we ordered was a half box spring. So now he has an actual full-size box spring, which is a combination of 2 box springs. And so the fail here is that, number one, everybody in our house has a different size bed because we have a king, Emily has a queen, and Shane has a full. And number two, why does my third grader have a queen bed is insane. Beyond. So that is my win and my fail, and I have a new box spring on the way. So
I like it.
Well, listen, we are edging into August. I think we're going to do a couple more episodes. We do have some interviews coming up. We're going to be getting into some end of summer fall fitness with some big. We have some big high profile guests.
Oh, good. Hopefully, I keep up my runnings.
Yeah, we're going to get some great advice, and we're talking about some. So I'm excited about that. And if in the meantime, while you wait for us to be back in our basements, where can people find us, Danny?
Instagram, Facebook at Dad So Hard Podcast, Twitter at Dad So Hard Pod, email dadsohardpodcast@gmail.com, or the website wearedadsohard.com.
Yeah, send us feedback right in. Give us
feedback, rate us, review us. I mean, if you're listening, you already know where to find us listening. I don't have to tell you that.
Good point. And we will, guys, let us know. You know the think of the new format. I almost don't even remember the old format. This is what it's been so good. It's been so good.
What are we, 2 episodes in?
We're 2 episodes. Forever. Yeah, and we're experimenting. We're playing.
And I'm in the comfort of my own home.
Correct. We're playing with each other and we're having fun.
Don't say that.
Okay. Well, it's a good one. Enjoy your early August.
Yes. Peace. Thanks for listening.
See you later, Danny.
Later.